Hello my geeks, and welcome back to another episode of Road to HermitCraft. Alright, last time we got beaten up by some withers and all our stuff got destroyed. So basically what happened was we fought 3 withers out in the open, which was a mistake as it turns out. We got killed, but then one of the withers ended up camping our gear and destroying it, and we ended up losing everything. But the good news is, in between episodes, I've done a whole bunch of AFK fishing, spent some time over at the Skelly farm, done some mining, stuff like that, and some enchanting, all that good stuff. And we've now got our armour back, all with mending, all with protection 4, and other bits and pieces, as you'd expect. We managed to save our tools and stuff, and our sword from last time. Got a new bow, back up to full power, so we are back in the game. And of course we killed one of the withers, so we've got our nether star. So first order of business is to make our beacon. There we go. And let's get rid of you, and we'll pop him in the ender chest. Alright, so that was last episode. Now on to today's episode. We are going to go to... Okay, so I've got some shulker boxes full of gear, full of materials. We are going to go over to the end, and we're going to build our first farm in the end. Now, while we're going over there, I'm going to tell you that this farm is not going to be very efficient. It's going to be something that's a bit more interesting, a bit more fun, but certainly not efficient. So if you're looking for high drop rates and some awesome new farm, this is not for you. But it should be interesting and fun, and we'll see how it goes. So let me get over to the end, and when I'm over there, I'll bring you back in. So this is where we're going to build our farm. So what do you reckon? Have you had a guess? Well, we're going to build an iron farm. Oh yes, if you said ender, sorry, you are wrong. We're going to build an iron farm. So yeah, so like I said, this is not going to be an efficient farm, but the way we're going to kill the iron golems is something I've not seen before, and hopefully will be fun, but yeah, not efficient. So what we're going to do here, we're going to build an iron farm, but I need a name for this iron farm, because we have things like the Iron Titan and the Iron Phoenix, Iron Brewery. We have all these kind of iron farms, and we need a name for this iron farm. I'm tentatively going to call it the Iron Asteroid, which you'll see why as we build it. But if you've got a better name, then please get that in the comments. Let's get some cool names, because I'm sure you guys are better at naming things than I am. So now we're at the right number of blocks. I'm going to build a small platform, get some gear down, and when I've done that, I'll come back to you. So let me tell you about this farm. So I'm going to start building, and as I'm building, I'm going to tell you all about it. So yeah, this is an iron farm, right? And let's talk about how iron farms work in general, I guess. So normally what happens is with an iron farm is you need to create a village, a fake village. And when you have enough villagers and also enough doors, or houses, shall I say, a golem will spawn in the center of the village to protect it. So we want to do that here. So I've got my finger firmly pressed on the shift button because I don't want to fall off. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a fake village. Now, what you'll probably see is, obviously there's loads and loads of different designs for iron farms. Now one of the kind of simple sort of getting started ones you'll see is basically a big square with like a big water trough in the middle, and then doors around the outside of it with some villagers. And then what happens is the iron golems spawn in the middle, and then the water pushes them through a hole in the center, and then they die underneath, maybe to lava, probably get burnt by lava normally. So we're going to do a twist on that. This is going to be a simple farm. It's going to be a one village farm. Some of the more efficient ones that get high drop rates basically overlap lots and lots of villages, and so they can spawn lots and lots of golems. This is going to be a single village, so yeah, the drop rates won't be super high, and we'll come into some of the other bits and pieces of it later. So the first thing we're going to do is I want to create all of the houses for the village. And what I'm going to do for that is I'm basically going to create a bunch of small asteroids. So these are going to be structures made of various stone. So we've got cobblestone, we've got some andesite, stuff like that, smooth stone as well. And we're going to create these asteroids. And inside the asteroids are going to be some doors and also some villages. So we're going to have 3 small asteroids. We're going to have one here, one maybe up a bit, although you can't really see because it's just a big dark void. But yeah, one here, one up that way, and one sort of that way. So 3 asteroids, and then there's going to be a big central asteroid in the middle. And what's going to happen is we're going to have villages. We'll have some villagers inside each asteroid, some doors inside each asteroid, and then we'll configure it in such a way that the big asteroid in the middle is where the iron golems will spawn. Alright, so that's the plan. So let me get building with some of these asteroids. Now let's talk about the way these iron golems are going to be killed. So we could just do like a lava trap like everything else, but since we're in the end, let's do something a little different. So what I was thinking of, what would happen, I did some experiments, what would happen if you put an iron golem in with some endermen? Well, what happens is the iron golem starts attacking the enderman, and once that happens, the endermen fight back, and it takes a few endermen, but eventually the enderman will kill the iron golem. So yeah, not bad. Yeah, that looks a bit flat there. I think we need something there, maybe a stair on that side or something. Let's have a look. Oh my god, parkour above the void. Let's not do it. Let's not take any risks. I spent a long time getting my gear back. Well, I didn't mean to do that, but it's all good. It's all good in the hood. Let's get you there. And what about a slab? Let's get a slab-a-rooney over there. Yeah, so you see I'm just trying to break up, whenever there's too many like straight lines together, just try and break that up with a stair or a slab. When there's too many blocks of the same type next to each other, just try and get a differentiation. So yeah, so this is supposed to look like an asteroid, flying through space, just a big old rock. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to look like. So what do we think of that? Looks alright. Now what I'm going to do is, I don't have a camera account, but I'm going to go into game mode 3, like we said we were allowed to do. I've kind of done that as I've been building this as well, just to get a good shape. So imagine this is my camera account, camera 3, spectator. So let's just have a look around. What do we think of this as an asteroid? Oops. So imagine the netherrack is gone. It's alright. It's a rock, yeah, not too bad. So here's a way in. Now, the first thing is we need to get a villager. So we can get this village detected, and then we can move on to the next thing. Now, moving villagers around is always tricky. Now, luckily for us, near our house, we have a village. So I think I'm going to go over there. I'll create a portal maybe, and then try and get a villager through to the end. I'm not sure how interesting that's going to be. So let's see how it goes. Let me get a villager, and I'll be right back. Okay, here we are. This is the village that's near our base. It's just over the hill, so our base is just over that way. And this is the village that we spotted, I think, either in the first or second episodes, and I've not been over here since. So yeah, we've got some villagers here and a bunch of crops and stuff. So I think what I want to do here is I want to create a portal here, and just for starters we just need one villager, but we will need some more. So I think let's just do it here, I think. Okay, so minus 702. Hey pig. Jeez. So minus 702 on the X and 708 on the Y. If we divide those both by 8, gives us 87 and 88. So that's the coordinates in the nether. So before I light this, I'm going to go over to the nether and build a portal at the right height we want, so it links up with our tunnel, and at those coordinates. So let me get into the nether, and I'll see you over there. Alright, so here we are in the nether. I found the location for our portal. So it's minus 87 on the X and 88 on the Y. So I made this 3 by 3, and now we're going to light this one. Okay, so we've lit this one. The one in the overworld is not lit yet. So I'm going to go back over there without going through the portal, light it, and then hopefully these two portals will link up. So let me run all the way back there for you and I'll meet you back at the village. Alright, and here's the village and here's our portal. So let's light this up. Now hopefully if we go through this portal it should link up with the one we just made. So let's go through and see what happens. Now the reason I didn't light it before is because I wasn't sure if a mob was to walk through. Oh, it looks like it's worked. Yeah, the reason I didn't light it before in the village is because I didn't know whether if a mob was to walk through it, it would then generate a portal in the nether in a place where I didn't want it. So if a pig walked through it or a villager, they would get transported. I didn't know whether that would actually generate the portal or not. So I thought best be safe. I'll come over here, build this first, and then link them up. That way at least I know it's going to work. So that worked. Let's just go back and test it. Make sure we get back into the village. And yeah, we are. That worked like a treat. So now we need to get one of these guys over to the village. I say the village, they're in the village, you idiot. We need to go from the village to the end via the nether. So we've got a minecart, we've got some track, some power rails, now if we give him a little shove, off he goes. Right, let's see if we can get this guy into the end. Hey, wait, come back here. Okay, here we're at the portal, so I'm going to just break the minecart. And then through he goes. So he should be over by the end portal now, so let's go over there and meet him. Up you go, go on, in you go. There we go. And in you go. He's gone. Okay, so he should be on the platform now. Here he is. Let's get some stairs here. That's it, man. Get over there. Get over there. Oh, it'd be good if you could just tell them to go somewhere and they would just go. Go. Move it. Dude. Seriously. Right, here we go. So we've got him here. Now then, we need to get him over there. There's our asteroid. We can just about see it. I'm not sure if that comes through on YouTube. If I zoom in, maybe you can see that. So we need to get him over there. So I guess some more rails are required. Alright, let me get this rail track laid down and I'll be right back. There we go. Off he goes. He goes. He's going. He's going. He's going. He's going. Oh, what a pain in the butt that was. Now I'm going to get up here. I'm going to push you in here a bit. That's as far as he goes. Right, let's break this. He took a bit of damage. That's all right. He's in. He is in. Just make sure he stays in. I'm going to do this. Right. Now this dude is in here, so that means we've now got doors and a villager. That means this is now a village. Now, well, in the previous episode, when I made the Wither Skeleton Farm, I showed you the mod I had installed that shows boundaries of those fortresses. Now this mod also shows you the boundaries of a village. So if I turn this on, now hopefully you can see all these dots. Now they form a sphere, which is the size of the village. So this shows us we've got a village. Now, if we were to go inside and look at the doors, hopefully we'll see. Now, yeah, you see these lines here. This shows us the center of the village. So the center of our village is right here. And that's because that is the average of all these doors. So you put these doors and it's basically the center of all these doors. So we can manipulate the center of the village by adding more doors into some other places. So if we had another asteroid, let's say over that way, then the center of the village would be between that asteroid and this asteroid. Okay, if we put another asteroid over there, a third one, then the center of the village would be kind of over here, right? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have another one of these guys over there, another one of these guys over there, and then the center of our village will be somewhere in the middle. and that's where the iron golems will spawn, in the middle. So that's where we have our bigger asteroid, which will have our spawning platform for the golem, for the iron golem. And what we'll do is we'll change the conditions of that, so there'll be an area for Endermen to spawn as well. And so as long as we're within range of this, so we need to be within 128 blocks of the spawning pad here. As long as we are, the Endermen will spawn and we'll be getting iron. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll do some of this off camera. I'll build up the other asteroids and then we'll see where the centre pad should be. And what we'll do is, once this farm's up and running and working, our main base, our main Death Star, I think I'll build just over that way, so just there, and I'll build it in a position where we'll be in range of this. So hopefully in the next couple of episodes we'll be there, and as we're building the base we'll be getting iron. So yeah, should be good. Right, so let me go off and build a couple more of these asteroids, and then we'll have to fill them with villagers, which will be fun. Alright, let me get cracking and we'll see what we can do. Alright my geeks, welcome back, and I've done a bit of work. So let me hop up on top of this asteroid. So here's the first asteroid we built, and we've got another one over there and another one over there. So each of these asteroids has got some villages inside and also a bunch of doors. And if I turn on the bounding areas, we'll now see we have this square has appeared, this kind of cube has appeared, or cuboid has appeared inside. So let me just pop into game mode 3 and show you what it looks like just around. So if we just move around, you'll see, so all the lines, as I said before, all the lines are the doors, and Minecraft takes the average of all the doors positions to work out the center, which is where they will meet, and then we get this 16 by 16 and then 6 block high area in the center of the village where iron golems will spawn. So the next thing to do is to build a platform for them to spawn on, and we'll also allow Endermen to spawn there. So what I've done with these asteroids is I've made sure that the top blocks are either non-spawnable, so either stairs or slabs, or carpet on every single one. So hopefully we won't get any Endermen spawning on top of our asteroids, so we can control where they spawn, and hopefully they'll just spawn on our spawning pad here. And so when we have some Endermen and an iron golem on the same platform, they'll end up having a fight, and eventually the iron golems will die, drop their iron, and we'll collect it. So we have, you can see here we have all the asteroids at different heights, and basically just look like rocks. So there's probably a bit more improvement I can make to some of the asteroids, but they're looking alright. There's a few just noticed on this one here, it's looking a bit flat under here, so I might go back and just tidy that up, improve that a bit. But yeah, got the main mechanics I think all in place, and like I said before, this sphere is the size of the village. That's what a village looks like if you're not aware of that. Alright, so one last thing just to cover before I move on, and that is that when I first started building this, I looked at the wiki, and the wiki says you need at least 10 villagers and 21 doors, or 21 houses, for it to validly spawn golems. Now with this mod that I've got that shows you this bounding box, when I had that, this kind of cuboid wasn't appearing. So I've gradually added some more doors and some more villagers until it did. So I'm not sure whether that's a bug in the mod or whether there's some different mechanic, maybe because these are different heights. Yeah, not sure. So I've ended up with I think 13 villagers spread across these asteroids, and originally I had 24 doors, but I think I've added another sort of 3 or 4 spread across them. So yeah, probably around 30 doors in total and 13 villagers. And then this cuboid appeared. So this cuboid represents the spawning area for the golem. So hopefully it should be working now. So yeah, if you build this and have the same problem, just keep adding doors and villagers until you get this box. Alright, so the next thing now is to build the spawning platform and start collecting these drops. So let's get on with it. So our big asteroid is pretty much done. The last thing is just to do his collection area. So inside here we've got all these rails. So a whole bunch of rails go backwards and forwards in one big snake. When they get to the end corner over there, over there, sorry, it's going to go backwards and forwards into that corner, the minecart. It's a minecart with a hopper in it, so it will suck items through the block. Once it gets to there, it will bounce back off of that block and then come all the way back again until it gets to here. And this is where we're going to have a collection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to do redstone live for you, my geeks. So, and I think what we'd have here is I might have a little stone kind of platform here. So what we can do is from the end island, we can just fly out and then have a nice landing on this kind of landing pad here and collect whatever has been dropped off here. All right, so let's do this thing. So let's get rid of this. Let's start getting some stone in. So you're already thinking about just some random blocks, just so it looks somewhat natural. Okay, so the first thing we're going to need to do is plop down our chest for collection, which is going to go here and here. And then we need a hopper that goes into that. I'll explain how this works if you haven't seen it before. So the minecart, let's get a powder arrow actually. So powder arrow goes on top of that. Right, so the minecart's going to go backwards and forwards, blah, 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 sucker the block, drops up, and it's going to have them inside the minecart. It's going to come on top of this hopper. The hopper's going to suck the items and deposit it in this chest. But what we want to do is we just want to hold the minecart here until all of its items have come out. So to do that, we're going to have to detect what's in the hopper. So we're going to pop this down like this. I might have to break that block. Alright, pop that there. Right, so that comparator, put it back, there you go. That comparator is going to detect when there are items inside here, so that means there are items flowing through, so that means the minecart must be here. So we can detect that, and when that happens we can put, so that will be powered, which will power this block. Then we can get a redstone torch, which I should have. Yep, here we go. So stick a redstone torch here. So that will depower this torch. And then we need another block here, I think. One here and one here. And then if we stick a block here, and then we just need a bit of redstone dust, just here, right. So you see how this is now powered? So there's nothing flowing through this, so this will be powered, so the minecart will just bounce here. If it doesn't have anything in it, it will just bounce back again. But as soon as some items appear in here, the comparator will detect it. It will then switch off that redstone torch, which switches off this dust, which then depowers this block, which then depowers this, which means the minecart will just stop here and wait until it's empty. So if we were to put a few things in here, let's not pick too many, let's pick 4 sticks. So that depowers the rail, and the rail comes back on again, and our 4 sticks are in here. So that's it. So let's get our minecart and stick that on there, and off it shoots. So that's going to go backwards and forwards. There he goes, there he goes. And when it gets to the end, it will bounce back and come back here and deposit stuff in our chest. So the last thing to do now is just to build out our landing platform. So let's just have a variety of blocks to do this. I'll try and cover up some of this redstone because that's not very asteroidy, to say the least. Alright, so let me just build this platform out. I'll get rid of the scaffolding and then I'll come back to you to get this farm running and see if we can get some iron. Alright my geeks, here we go. So I've built this little platform here. So this is for us to land on. Not sure if it's big enough because my landing skills aren't that great, but I might make this bigger in the future, but for now it's probably alright. And here we get access to our drops. So last thing to do is to just knock out the torches. I've got rid of all the scaffolding from around, so I think I could just parkour up the side of this. So here we go. We just need to knock out these torches and then Enderman will start spawning. And then hopefully the Enderman and this golem will start having a fight. Let's just knock these out. Bump, bump, bump. Here we go. Don't hit the golem. Why don't we fly off? This is a test. Jump into the void and then flying. Oh my god. Here we go. Let's do this without losing our stuff. Hopefully. Here we go. Like a pro. So now if we come back, let's go out a bit. Now if we start coming back here, we should see some Endermen hopefully. There they go. There they go. They can have a fight. There they go, they're fighting. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into spectator mode. So let's spectate. There we go. Iron Golem is here. He's having a fight. Let's see what happens. There we go. So he just picks on Enderman, and eventually they just keep fighting. That's it, my son. Go on. Who's going to win? I know who's going to win. And it's not the Iron Golem. So keep going. Who are you going to pick on next? Is he going to be the guy? Is he going to be the guy? No. Go on, pick on another guy. There we go, there we go. Oh, you're dead, bro. You died and you dropped your stuff. Excellent. There we go. Right, just need to get that picked up. Let's get back into survival and have a look in here. And here's some drops we'll be picking up. There's some of our stuff from before, but look, we're getting ender pearls, we're getting iron. So yeah, so it works. So I just need to AFK around here or just be working in the area and we'll slowly be getting more and more iron. Like I said, this is not going to give us loads and loads, but it's a start. And yeah, might build some more. We'll see how we get on. But that's it, I think, for this episode. Pretty happy with how that turned out. So yeah, tell me what you thought about this farm. If you thought it was interesting. Oh, hello guy. Don't look at him. Don't look at him. Ooh. We've got a friend. Anyway, thanks for watching everyone. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and leave some comments. Tell me what you thought, any ideas to improve it, and if you've got a better name than the Iron Asteroid, then let me know. See you later.